know some of my subscribers are not acquainted with this lady. This lady and the other lady that I posted up on my post. These ladies have literally come from a cult called the Kingdom of Kabbalah. They've been at this for a long time. The king, the so-called king, did get arrested last year, and they've been doing this for a long time. So let's hear what Has not got to say. Oh, oh, oh my gosh, where did it go?
Oh my gosh, this god of Kubala. Today is the 9th of February 2026.
Listen to the music.
This god of Kubala. I just love this little bow that you made for me today. Yeah, how cute is it? I wasn't sure. Then Asnat was like, you need a bow in your hands. And the king just loved everything that's going on in my head. And he also loves what's going on with the browns, all the colors. These are some of the colors for the season.
This is Jean
Kind of still
Gashaw
in the gray area.
and Has not.
Nice flash of color coming, as you can see.
Let me see. I could
So much is
give a
happening
little
in the
flavor.
kingdom. So much color in my life. If they knew Asnat. If they knew.
Right, let's go to the other one, the one that I was looking for.
Today is the night.
Where's that one when she's talking? I want to hear what she got to say. She always got something to say, you know, Has not. Has not has always something to say. Even if it's not relevant, she has something to say. Let me see, I can find her again. Oh, there we go.
To the people of Ghana, these are the new orders from the king. All religious institutions, churches, mosques, temples must be closed. All schools and educational institutions must be shut down with immediate effect. All airports must shut down, no flights in or out. The king of Kubala is about to do a new thing in your
Like, what's he gonna do?
You shall
He's deported.
now
He's
be
in
called
Ghana.
Yuda, the empire, under the Kubala kingdom. All houses, buildings shall be destroyed and rebuilt with new architectural design and colors, beginning from Kumasi, Manhaya. Each region will have its unique colors from the buildings, and all tribes must return to their region. All Akans must return to Ashanti, and all northerners must return to the north. A portion of the land will be given and granted for free to every man and every household over 20 years old. The land would be used for housing and farming. Every male over 20 years old shall be a farmer, and this is compulsory. Every firstborn male child shall be dedicated to Yahweh and serve in his temple after they are weaned from the breast. Every firstborn female shall be raised by the priests of Kubala, of the king, for the king. And all foreigners or aliens in the land shall be deported except those with family ties in the land. The Chinese foreigners must leave the land now. There shall be no more export or import of any goods.
This is the declaration of the cult. King, I can't think of the word I used to call him. The Queen of Doom and the King of Kabbalah fall. So this has been still going on, which is interesting that this is still going on. I'm actually quite surprised this is going on. She's still in England, actually. She hasn't been deported. As not, aka Cara Taylor. She's still here. So it's just that her and Jean Gashaw meet up and do little photo shoots and stuff and make declarations. So this is one of the declarations.
With any other countries, everyone is a farmer, everyone is housed and clothed. No one will be allowed to come to the country as a foreigner, but only Ghanaians returning from abroad. Education. Ghanaians will no longer learn about Edomite history, RME,
Edomites being, which is what they called white people.
etc. You shall be taught of earth and vocational skills and the laws of Yahweh. All internet, computer, and Bibles shall be burnt down.
But you're using the internet, so what are you talking about?
Social media and digital communication will be prohibited.
Once again, you are using the social media, you are using the internet. What are you talking about? This thing makes no sense. It makes no sense.
All cars, trains, airplanes, and modes of transportation shall be destroyed. You will only transport by carriage and cattle. There shall be uniform clothing for all market women, virgins, and the various tribes and clans. Kubala shall reintroduce the barter trading system and currency of gold coins. No more shall you sell gold for paper money, which has no value. There shall be no more police or soldiers, but the king's guards who shall protect the people. Jehovah shall protect his people. All chiefs shall be removed because they are illegitimate, and Ghana will be free from the curse of commonwealth. One law for the country, the Hebrew law, decrees, ordinances, and festivities. You shall all observe the Sabbath day, offer sacrifices of lamb, goat, bulls, and you shall honor the mother of the land. You shall
I would love to read the comments on this one because they're talking absolutely a load of tosh.
worship Jehovah, the God of Kubala.
We'll see what they say in the
Then
comments.
Ghana, Judah, shall become a golden empire under the kingdom of Kubala forever. These are the words of Atihene from the gods. God save the king. Kubala Kubala Iliswe.
Atihene is the cult leader king who is married to Jean Gashaw, who is called Queen Nandi. And this right here is the handmaiden of the cult, right? But she is the queen, she's the queen's handmaiden, and she is also her, like, the baby maker. She is also the servant. She's also, I don't know what other words to say about her, but she's been in the UK for quite some time now. They did put out a missing alert for her, and she's still over here in the UK somewhere abouts. I don't really know, but they do all these proclamational stuff and that. Let me see if I could find one with the Queen, because the Queen herself, Queen Nandi, she's a whole nother something else. Not associated with these ones. Okay. This is them. Let me see. Oh, it's just pictures. Okay, they're just pictures of when she first came there. Okay, let me see this one.
The new Ghanaian order from the Kubala kingdom. So yesterday, a woman asked the king how they to sell if there are no exports. And this is the response of the king regarding domestic trading. There shall be no interest added to the expenses of any product or any loan to your fellow Ghanaian or Udan. You cannot put interest on anything you give or sell to your brother or sister. But you may charge interest only against foreigners. All products will be weighed on scale and the price will be consistent.
Once again, she's talking no sense because import export works both ways. There's loads of people from Ghana and all different parts of Africa that lives over in various parts, and they need to get their foods and certain stuff from Kamasi, etc. So this is just all gobbledygook she's talking, okay? Don't take this literally, don't, you know what I mean? She's just talking a load of foolishness right now. This is a proclamation by them. Wait, then is it working? Oh, because I stopped it. Hold on. I had to refresh it and come back. Where's the sound? Sound.
Yesterday, a woman asked the king, how are they to sell if there are no exports? And this is the response of the king regarding domestic trading. There shall be no interest added to the expenses of any product or any loan to your fellow Ghanaian or Yuri.
Hi,
You
Leonard.
cannot put interest on anything you
Yeah,
give
scammers,
or sell to your brother or
proclamation
sister.
of Ghana. Loads of
But
foolishness.
you may charge interest only against foreigners. All products will be weighed on scale, and the price will be consistent throughout the entire empire. The price of eggs, rice, any good will be the
You're right,
same
Leonard.
in every region by
I've got to
quantity.
take my plaits out. It's so
On
annoying
behalf
me.
of the king,
I
I
can't
hope
tie
I
my
have
hair as
answered
I
your
would like
question.
to.
God save the king. Kubala, kubala, iliswe.
With the blinking bell upon her neck, like an idiot, like a cow. Okay, for those who's not acquainted with this group,
Oh, this is kubala.
let me
I just
show
love
bits
the
and
rain.
pieces of them.
It is raining. The glory of Yahweh is upon us. Ini asnat.
Yes, and
We've-
we just
oh,
bathed in the
In the rain.
in the rain.
I just love this
And
kubala.
they've been
How
moved from
glorious
here
is this
from
sight?
last year.
How glorious
Yeah, the
is this?
cowbell, literally.
Kubala, kubala. Oh, this is kubala. I just love the
Oh,
rain.
this is Kabbalah.
It
That's
is
when she was in
raining.
Scotland.
To the people
Oh
of
yeah, and
Ghana,
this is the king.
to the people of Kenya,
He's been deported back to Ghana.
you are the tribe of Judah.
Nuts,
The
man.
Creator has sent me to your land
Still going.
to bring you back home, the place you belong.
It looks like I have to
You've
go
lost your
back and watch them
identity,
again.
you've lost your pride,
Because they're always doing something.
you've lost your home.
Yeah. This is King, I forgot his name. King
I'm the king
Fulful.
of Kubala.
King, we can't remember his name. Adi
I'm the
Hene.
Shushuma. Bring you back home, place.
They was doing too much, man.
Great mass exodus is coming, where all nations who belong to the
That's when
kingdom
it was in
of Kubala are
Scotland.
returning to their land. No one shall make us afraid anymore, for we are taken care of by the Creator of the heavens and the earth, Yahweh. He is the one who shall lead us through the wilderness and bring us home to our borders, just like he did in the time of Moses. He's doing it again. The whole world shall witness these great events. They shall see the great wonders from the God of Kubala. So prepare yourselves. If you are
How
in
he, the king, and his people still pooping
shall
outside.
see
Exactly.
the
But they're in not a part of flat, a temporary apartment right now. That's where they're at right now.
to the
But what
promised
she's
land.
doing, she's projecting his stuff still,
I repeat,
like he's there.
we shall walk on foot through the wilderness to the promised land. Get your food ready, and your boat ready, for the kingdom of Kubala has come. I am the king of Kubala, the Shushuma of the gods.
Idiot. Damn
To
fool.
the people of Ghana,
Hold on, let me find more. For those who's not acquainted with this group, don't get taken in. Yes, they are. Yes, they are pretty women. You know, people go on by the way they look. Yes, they are attractive women, but the mind is not there. The mind is not there. Okay, That's wild. I remember when he was camped outside the Raider town. Yeah, yeah, they was camped out. They still she's still got everything archived here. She's still got it all archived. This is when they got moved out.
So today, this
That's
is your
when she was by
prophetess,
herself
May
before she
Taba,
went
Queen
back
Nandi of
with
the Lord.
Asnot.
And this is our little humble abode. And today I'm very excited because 2025 has ended with a bang. It's over. The year is
I was
gone.
gonna
This
look
is the
back up
last
too, but I ain't
day
gonna
of
do it now. Now I've seen
of
this
the
lady. I
year.
don't want to do it.
It's the 31st day of December 2025. And I'm just so excited that tomorrow is the first. It's 2026. It's a new year, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely glorious. And I love that we've ended this year on such a perfect note in our cozy little grey area. This place we've been for the past month, we call it our cozy little grey area because all the decor, everything is grey. And I've got my little TV here in my bedroom. And
And then you pressed the wrong one.
it's just, there's my handmaiden, Asti.
See her handmaiden. Right, listen now, her handmaiden.
She's just cleaning up. And
her servant.
Listening to Tuku. So this is such a powerful way to end the year. It's been an amazing year from Mount Shungu, Mombasa, to living in this beautiful grey area. And I love this window. I've really just enjoyed looking out. Look at this glorious window and our grey curtains. So Asnat, this is the last day of the year. What do you want to say? Like, kubala, kubala. Kubala, kubala. Kubala, kubala. Ziona. So today, this is your prophetess, Miss.
Crazy, and this is still going on. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? There's also something else I wanted to cover from here too. There's something else I wanted to cover while I'm here.
I want to talk specifically about the political references in this halftime show that really got me. So
I'll look at that later on. You know, I'll just look at it later on. I can't remember. There's something I wanted to take a look at from here. Is it gonna go down? Oh, it went down too fast. Okay.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I don't usually do videos,
Does
but
it
this
pause
is a
it?
very serious topic.
Why does it pause?
This is my daughter, Saraya.
It doesn't.
She's now
Pause
22
it.
years old. She went on holiday for a week with her friend to Jamaica back in October.
It's not pausing it. Okay. It's not pausing it. Yeah, I think they work for some sort of intelligence agency. This has to be a psyop. Yeah, yes, because to me, she's been doing this from 2015, right? She's been doing it for 2015, and thing is either no, am I thinking of Nature Boy? I'm thinking of Nature Boy, innit? She's been doing it from very, very early on because remember her husband was with another woman and she wrote a blog and stuff like that. I have videos on them from before where I was looking at Asnot and how she was talking to her about her mother because her mother is in some part of America, right? And it's like the way how they came out when racism, when there was marches over here, racist march over here at the time. That was last year. There was loads of racist marches going on. There was loads of stuff going on to do migrants and stuff like that. So obviously when they're saying that how like they own the land of Scotland, people was very mad. Not only that, right, there was embarrassing the peoples who's over here being Ghanaian, Zimbabweans, and she has records of how she looks at her own people. Now, bear in mind, right, you could be born over here, or you can be born there's people over in the UK that is born over here and don't see themselves as the origin to where their families come from. But she has an issue with Zimbabweans like herself, which I find was really weird because she's singing Shona songs. She's singing spiritual Shona songs. She's talking like a Hebrew Israelite. I think, Leonard, you're Hebrew Israelite, innit? So she was talking like a Hebrew Israelite. At first, I thought she was a Hebrew Israelite. Then come to find out it wasn't so. She was part of a church. So she has history of what is going on with her. And it just came out more and more and more. So her and her husband has been doing a lot of stuff, pretending to be millionaires, all sorts of stuff. So when people see them, yes, it's like Nature Boy. When you see Nature Boy's girls, Nature Boy, the Nature Girls, whatever, Manson sisters, however you want to call them, yes, they do look attractive in certain ways because they are chosen because of how they look and the recruiting situations, right? So that's when you see them, because I thought that they went quiet. So I in myself stopped talking about them because I see there's other people talking about it. Still, there's still people talking about them, still people following what's going on with them, etc., etc. But I stopped doing it because it's one of those where, like, you think, okay, right, now the king is gone, have they, like, whatever, but what happens is they're still communicating with the king and certain stuff. So because like they got evicted out of that forest last year, I think it was last year. So it's very interesting that how she's still continuing this facade, this whatever she is, because she was against people living in houses. She's in an apartment. She's against people with certain stuff. She is looking at TVs. She's in comforts. She was looking down on them. It's sort of similar to what Nature, the Manson girl sisters was doing, Nature Boy was doing, where they're looking down on people, but actually, right, they're extracting money from the people that's working, the people that's doing certain stuff. So it makes no sense. So it's kind of embarrassing as well because obviously she's getting donations from people. When she was asking for the leg of lamb, certain stuff, she'll get it, but then come to find it was her children that was bringing the stuff to her. That's why she was able to do it. So when she's making these proclamations, ordering people to get certain stuff, she will get it. So basically that was going on a lot, right? But I'm going to also show this situation here, right? So it's kind of, maybe it's a good thing that my my StreamYard ain't working. I have to try work things out. All right. So recently I came across a post that a mother has spoken about her daughter getting trafficked in Jamaica, doing drugs or something. So she got trafficked. So I'm gonna play it. Hold on, let me line it up. Here's the
Hi,
song.
good evening, everyone. I don't usually do videos, but this is a very serious topic. This is my daughter, Saraya. She's now 22 years old. She went on holiday for a week with her friend to Jamaica back in October 2024. So this is the girls. This is Genevieve, Taraya's friend. They've been friends for about 8 years. She asked Taraya if she wanted to go to Jamaica for a week because her boyfriend was out there. I tried to encourage her not to go, because she'd never been on holiday by herself, but she was turning 21, so there's only so much she's going to listen to her mum about. So on the 13th of October, they went to Jamaica. I tried to encourage Taraya to get her own accommodation because she didn't know these boys from nowhere. This was Genevieve's boyfriend of 2 years. She'd been dating this boy, supposedly from Milton Keynes, for 2 years. She was told his name was Tony. Now, again, I told my daughter to get her own accommodation, but she wouldn't listen. This is supposed to be Tony. But his name's not Tony. His name is Uriah Gordon. And this is his Jamaican cousin, LeJean, we think. So again, this is Uriah Gordon, or should we say Tony, as the girls knew him as. Now, Jenny was seeing this boy for 2 years. Imagine, 2 years. So Uriah paid for Jenny's ticket because obviously she thought it was a boyfriend. And I paid for Taraya's ticket because she was turning 21. So this is where it all began. They went to Jamaica, 13th of October. The boys picked them up from the airport and took them to St. Mary, where they had this prestigious Airbnb. I'm talking jacuzzi, swimming pool, everything. I'm still trying to tell my daughter, get your own Airbnb. She's like, Mum, it's fine. And obviously, because, you know, the artist TJ, he was doing a music video next door, you know, the guy that does Drift. So she's not going to listen to her mum, is she? But I still tried to encourage it, but she did her own thing. So, obviously, the next day, they're settling in. The boys have taken them everywhere. Duns River, YS Falls, everywhere. Rafting, you know, where you get the rub down and everything. They did everything, took them everywhere. Fancy meals, everything you can think of. But they had an agenda. So let's fast forward to the last day. Bearing in mind, they went for 1 week. Before my daughter went to Jamaica, I spoke to her clearly, and I told her, do not be carrying nothing from Jamaica. Don't even think about it. Anyway, Jenny's boyfriend, you know, 2 years. He's saying to her, oh, will you bring these trainers back for my cousin?
You never bring back none for nobody.
So Teresa said no, but they pulled on her heartstrings. So obviously she agreed in the end. So Jenny had 5 pairs and Teresa had 3 pairs. So this is where the nightmare began. The boys dropped the girls to the airport. They've gone into the airport. They've not gone from no security, no sniffer dogs. All they've done is gone into the TUI line. So they got pulled out of the line after not being through no security, no sniffer dogs. Remember what I just said to you. And they've asked for the passports. So obviously they're a bit shocked what's going on here. The officers have opened up the suitcases and then pulled out the probe, picked up a pair of shoes and obviously swabbed it. And it's come back positive for what? You know what? I don't need to say it on here and get banned. Anyway, the girls were taken into custody. They were held at the Cambridge police station in St. James, Montego Bay. Then at about 11:30 that night, I got a phone call for the British Embassy. I thought I was going to die. Anyway, I flew out there about 4 days later, and it took me 19 days to get my daughter out of jail. She was in jail for 19 days. The conditions of the jail were horrendous, as you can imagine. Concrete floor, full of women in the same predicament. While they were in jail, I provided food, water, pads, anything that I was allowed to send in. On the 8th of November, Teresa was released. So I bailed her out. The only reason she got out was because my father is Jamaican. So now the girls are on bail. The first court hearing was, I think it was the 18th of December. In total, these girls went to court 11 times. This is how long this was prolonged. It was just a long, unnecessary experience. Sometimes my daughter's lawyer didn't turn up, many times. Sometimes Jenny's lawyer didn't turn up. Jenny didn't turn up one time. So it was just long. So the girls have been in Jamaica for a total of 16 months. Bearing in mind they had the serious hurricane. While my daughter's obviously been out there, she's met a boy. You know, she's been there for 16 months. Sometimes there's no electric, no current, maybe nothing to do. She met a boy and she got pregnant.
Oh, no.
So obviously this is not the right timing at all. It's not the right time to be having a baby. Not in these conditions and not in... There's a serious court case going on, but, you know. So fast forward, October 2025. My daughter's in slow labour. In the hospital. But the hospital is about to be destroyed by this serious hurricane. So she's sent back in the slow labour. So she said she's survived the hurricane, the eye of the storm. She's got the footage and everything. Then 3 days later, she gives birth to her baby, beautiful baby, in a taxi. No pain relief, no nothing. So a beautiful, healthy baby girl. My daughter's healthy. Everything's fine. They've had to go back to Black River, that the worst place hit with a hurricane, were one of them. No electricity, no water. There's still no electricity to this day. So let's fast forward now. January 2026. I'm feeling a bit positive. They've gone into court. They got found guilty.
Oh, wow.
As a family, we're absolutely devastated. You can't imagine how I feel.
No, it's the same what happened to that other lady.
And these girls were not represented properly at all. We've got so much evidence that was not presented in court. I mean, where's the proceeds of crime? Where's the phone records? Where's the bank
Once she finished
statements?
talking, I'll
And
tell you
also,
why I say that.
Someone used my daughter's phone while she was in custody and rang a British number. So to me, that sounds like they were the scapegoats while the real shipment went through. Corruption at its finest. So the next court hearing is early March for sentencing. We've been advised that these girls are looking a minimum of 6 years. A minimum of 6 years for something they've not done. 6 years. So obviously I want to provide a barrister from England to take over to Jamaica because we need to appeal with all the evidence that we've got. So the girls were not represented properly in court. They did not get a fair trial. There was no jury. So I've got a barrister at this side that has looked at the evidence and she can see and she's ready to come over and do the appeal. This is clearly some kind of setup, and it's clearly something that happens often with young girls. As a mother, I want to get this out there to show women that you've got to really talk to your daughters. I'm talking seriously, not just on a small level, on a deep level, because this sounds like some new romance scam. I cannot sit back and watch my daughter go to jail for something she's not done. This has been the hardest 16 months of my life already. And bearing in mind, now she's got a baby. The barrister has to come over to clear my daughter's name, clear both the girls' names. This is a setup. So we're doing this fundraiser because we need to obviously provide legal assistance in Jamaica, because we can't rely on the lawyers that these girls have had. They've taken the money and not done a good job. And now they're looking 6 years. This can't happen. I cannot sit back and watch this happen. My middle daughter has not seen her sister in 16 months. I can't. It's been so much heartache, so much pain. I refuse to allow this to happen. I'm not going to allow this to happen. I'm going to fight. I cannot sit back and allow my daughter to go to jail for something she's not done. My heart can't take it. The pain that I've been through, I can't explain it, guys. But what I need you to do is, I need this to go viral. I need to share. You need to share. We need to get it to media. I just need your help. Like, comment, repost, boost, everything we can do to get traction on this.
Now, the reason why I said is this is another situation. Hold on, let me rest it down. I can't remember. A couple years ago, some lady set up her friend to take over some milk or something to Jamaica. Now, in the milk, it had drugs in it, right? And the lady didn't know. And what happened is the lady, she got put into prison in Jamaica. It's to do with I forgot what the milk was called. It's a Jamaican milk that that you can get literally in like England, certain places, right? You can get it in certain stores and stuff. I forgot what the milk's called. Anyway, it's a powdered milk, I think it is. Anyway, so anyway, the lady set her friend up and was asking her to carry some stuff to Jamaica for her. Anyway, when she got there, she got searched, and then they come to find out that how right she had all this drugs inside of the barrels what she was taking, or barrels that she was taking to Jamaica. The lady has actually been freed now. She's back in England. They had to fight to get her out of there. Her son was fighting. They was doing loads and loads of stuff outside of her house to get the justice for this lady. So when the mum is saying that, right, because literally when you are asked to carry something for people, you know, when people say, oh, can you carry this for me, can you carry that for me, you are told not to carry anything for anybody, right? You don't carry anything for anybody from here to Jamaica, West Indies in general, innit? West Indies in general. Right, let's just say West Indies in general. Right, Jamaica's just right, just that how this lady, her daughter's situation happened in Jamaica. So when you're told that, not only that, right, it sounds like as though, right, they was kind of making sure that they're comfortable on so that they can take this whatever to wherever they need to take it. So obviously the girl, she's innocently got used basically, and this is what the mum is trying to get at, because basically, right, you know some young people, they go on trips together and all that stuff. Now it sounds like they put the drugs in the trainers. That's what it sounds like to me. And obviously the mum has to fight to get her daughter back to the UK by any cost, you know what I mean? Because like obviously if you're there, right, in conditions and certain stuff, it's not helping. So maybe there could be something to do with the um sorry, I keep saying I'm just thinking in it, with the I'll say the enforcement stand there in the airport, whatever. Because sometimes, right, people have leads and they can pay off people to get things through customs and whatever the case may be. So she's probably caught up as collateral. Um, there is another lady that's been in Jamaica where she was a drugs mule as well. I need to find her story. I might just cut it up and I might just put it out there as this story has come out. And so the mum's trying to get justice for her daughter and trying to make sure that her daughter comes out unscathed by all this. Plus, there is a baby that's in Jamaica as well. Um, and probably where she is, because remember there was a hurricane. You know, the hurricane was really bad in Jamaica. So I do understand where the mum's coming from, because like you have to make sure that how your daughter is well, she's not in danger, all of that. So I really get it. So I really her on this live as well as part of it, because you know, that's not easy for any mum to go through. I'm trying to see if I could find the other one, but I think that's the only one I could find. Hold on, let me see if I could find the other one. I think this is the only one.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
I think this is the only one. I don't think I could find.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I don't usually do videos.
Let me see if there's another one to this. No. I can't find the other one to this.
I want to talk specifically about the political.
Okay. We will talk about the Super Bowl half team, because I haven't really looked at it properly. I just be seeing certain stuff and it's an interesting conversation as well. But I hope that the mum do actually get justice for the daughter, and the daughter do actually come back to the UK, because that will be sad to know that how she's over there for how many years in conditions and stuff. Yeah. So with that said, thank you, Leonard, for coming through, and I'll see you lot in the next one. I don't know what I'm gonna do the next lives, because my stream yards are not working. These laptops are useless. The laptop I got is totally useless. I can't do nothing that I want to do. But if anything, if I have to put things in different formats, please watch them. Also on the the Dark Waters Osunyemi, I'm gonna be putting stuff on there as well. And yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. The lady literally set up her friend. I can't remember. I did talk about it. I can't remember what the blinking milk is called for the life of me. She literally told her friend to carry something for her. When they opened it in the customs, it had drugs in it. I can't remember how much kilos was in there. It was a lot. It was a lot. The woman was also a mother as well. Um, I can't remember what the milk was called, man. But the milk, but a lot of Jamaicans were saying that you could buy the milk from over here. So there was no need for her to bring milk from Jamaica. That particular milk, right, is sold in certain places around. Well, not certain places. I think it's sold all over the UK. So yeah, it literally it literally caused a stir over here because of the situation. Plus, the woman had children, had everything else. I did do a live on it. I remember doing a live on it ages ago. It was going on for quite a long time. It was a big story over here. They protested outside of the woman who sent the woman to Jamaica. Was it Jamaica, and told her to bring something to Jamaica from Jamaica. I can't remember which side it was. And then the people wasn't happy, which is understandable. So um I can't remember what the thing is called. I can't remember. But anyways, um it is on my, when I find it, I will put it on the post and you will see it. This is the same situation with this girl, but instead of done with a product now, it's done with done with trainers. And it sounds like how it's possibly a girl's holiday. Her friend must have said, "Oh, come, let's go on a holiday." And then they put stuff in her in her suitcase, put stuff in the trainers. So probably when they opened the trainers, it was in there. Because when you watch it on border control, they go through the trainers, they go through the case, they go through all sorts of stuff. So it's possible that that's how it would have happened. But it didn't happen over here. It happened in Jamaica, and Jamaica is don't play when it comes to those things. Yeah, it's wild. What? Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. But it happens. It happens on a daily basis. So the stories that come out about it, that is highlighted, sometimes needs to be highlighted because some people are innocently bought into these things. You know what I mean? Sometimes, right? They're innocently bought into it. They don't.
I want to talk specifically about the political reference.
They didn't know. They didn't know what they were getting involved with, and then they end up getting involved in it. So it's understandable. Even I get scared when my young one be saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there." So you'll be thinking. I always think the worst, but sometimes it's not good to think the worst because maybe it might not go like that. But yeah, that's what happened. You know what I mean? So I haven't seen anything else on it. I haven't seen anything else on this particular story. Haven't seen anything on this story.
I want to talk specifically about the political
volume down. So yeah, oh yes, more on these ones. Sorry. Okay, let's get back to the two idiots before I go off. Where's the sound?
So what, Thursday?
This god of kubala. That's not my hands rated.
Yeah, this one's recent.
What
Christmas.
Today?
Today is the 24th of December, 2025. It's a what, Thursday? A Wednesday?
I think it's a Wednesday.
Something.
I don't even know. But we just know that it's the 24th.
Yeah.
And that, if you just look at our abode, there's not a single Christmas decoration in our grey area. That's not, isn't it?
It's very grey.
Why is it grey? Why is there not a single? Look at this. Why is there not a single?
Getting temporary accommodation.
You're asking me?
Yes, I'm asking
what?
you.
Because we are Hebrews. We do not celebrate no Christmas, no pagan festivities. We just worship Yahuwah year round. We celebrate the festivals and the holidays of our God.
Oh, this god of Kubala.
Two nutters, I swear to God. Anyways, swear to God. That was Christmas when they did that one. Right? That's when I stopped watching them for a bit. Because every time I want to do a recording, I can't because, I'm a mum and stuff. This is Pan-African thirst trapping for the older Sims. Yeah, but you know what? You know what's so funny, yeah? You know what's so funny? And I'll use myself as an example. I never used to do I didn't do Christmas for a very long time as my youths had to go buy a tree. One of my youths had to go buy a tree. And I used to do Kwanzaa a lot. Well, I still kind of do Kwanzaa. I do Kwanzaa, even when I found out about the one who created Kwanzaa. So what she's talking is it's not new because there's people who don't. There's not even in consciousness that don't celebrate Christmas. They only do it because of their grandchildren and their relatives sometimes. So what she's talking is stupid. It's absolute stupid bonkers. And to be honest, you don't even have to be part of an organization to not celebrate Christmas, right? Some people just don't do it. They have all different reasons why they don't do it. So she's talking stupidness. Oh, my battery's dying. Like I said, I used to be part of Nation of Islam and Rasta. I mean, I wasn't in Rasta deep, right? But I was part of it. So, in Nation of Islam, hold on, I think this is the right one. In Nation of Islam, they don't celebrate Christmas. They don't celebrate Christmas. They do Eid and all that. The only reason why they have to take part in Christmas is because of their families, right? They take part because of that. right? They're not going to say, oh, yeah, right, I don't do Christmas, because obviously their family celebrate it, right? So what are you going to do? So these two idiots think that how, because they think they're doing something unique. You're not doing nothing unique. There's tons of people who don't celebrate Christmas. Maybe someone passed away during that time. Maybe um they just have a distaste for it. You know, people say, okay, it's commercial. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. They're not unique by any long shot. So it's crazy how these two behave, you know what I mean? But I will be keeping an eye on them. If I have to do uploads on them, I mean, I got a few videos on them already, but um I guess I have to watch them again. But I mean, I stopped watching them because they talk such stupidness. They just make people look dumb. Like, even the history, what they were talking about, the noblemen, the nobles, they were saying that how they're the only people in Scotland. There was black noble people in Scotland. I've even done a video on it. There's black people, the Blackamoor, which he did talk about, but he kind of twisted the story. He didn't even talk about it properly. You can research you can research it, or probably go down to Scotland. They talk about the Blackamoor. You know what I mean? It's nothing new that you're coming with. All you're doing is twisting around the my daughter hates when I say it, the narrative of the story, right? So, it's just ridiculous. So to me, you're not doing nothing unique. Even how you eat, there's people who is not of no organization, don't eat pork, they don't eat meat, they're vegetarian, they're vegan. These people are not unique, right? So once again, it comes down to this. Yes, you can look a certain part. You can look with locks down to your behind. You can be you can have locks to your shoulder, like how they have the locks and everything. You can have natural hairstyle, but it doesn't mean to say that you must turn your nose at women who do their hair, which is what they do. As not and Queen Crazy was pushing up their nose and saying, "Oh, you should do your hair natural." Women do their hair natural anyway. Doesn't mean to say they have to be part of an organization, a part of something, right? Sometimes some women just want to be bohemian. They be bohemian. Some women want looks, right? And they just like the looks. They just like looks and how it feels and how it looks, and they like their natural hair. But they talk about it in such a way, it's like what you are doing the oppressor's work, right? I mean, that's all to do with divide and rule. When you'll start pointing a finger at somebody and you're saying, oh yeah, right, you got to be like this, you know what I mean? And like, you're not understanding when you're on social media, particularly the how far it goes. These young ones be watching you, old ones be watching you, people from Africa, Ghana, wherever. You don't know. So when you're talking certain things, even the proclamation what she's make about Ghana is ridiculous. Because Ghana also exports shea butter and certain stuff to certain countries, yam, potato, there's this thing called chiton. It is a chili. A chili is like a chili oil, right? There's loads of stuff, right? So now, so I don't understand why, well, she's talking. She's just talking pure rubbish. Anybody who's been in that's why I said, when you see these people who say they're from the conscious community, when you're being around those conscious community for real, and you hear people reflecting, so they're so-called reflecting what they think the conscious community is. The conscious community, there is ones who it is their life and they live for that and they are about that life, and there's ones who is not about that life. They're not going to be on the front line doing the most, and there's ones who just sit back. That's how it is. But they don't see it like that, right? It doesn't mean coming on here. It's the same thing Nature Boy Carbonation used to do, the same thing, where they will say that they're part of the conscious community, where in fact they wasn't part of the conscious community. Even now, they're not part of the conscious community. They are really part of the New Age community. That's what they're part of, because the New Age community is more freer on how they think and what they do sexually and all sorts. Some people are very strict about what they do in the conscious community. Fair enough, there is a couple hypocrites in there. Yes, there is. but the real ones never get seen and heard, and that is a true thing because I see it over here. So when you're coming on big on social media talking about Christmas, we all know the history of Christmas and what's this about. We know about the Santa Claus, what he's about. You ain't telling me nothing new at the end of the day. That's one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of conscious content sometimes, because people don't understand it. And sometimes, right, the people who you think is not conscious is conscious, because they will be the one educating you, and they'll be telling you stuff. I've seen people in mummy sector talk about certain stuff. All right, bear in mind, right, they talk about mummies, but when they start talking deep on a deeper level, right, you're taken aback. You're like, oh my gosh, like wow. They say, some of them say the most astounding things, and I'll be like, wow. And their conversations can go very deep. So I don't put nobody in no box, right? And I know for a fact I've even been around a woman who have weave, and she knows more than a woman with looks or whatever the case may be. So I don't put nobody in no box now, because sometimes what you see is what you get, and they will, like, even a man who's bald headed can have more deeper reasonings than a man who's wearing the red, black, and green. So you know what I mean? New age weirdos will have you chasing aliens. Yeah, yes, like young Pharaoh. Look how far young Pharaoh's fallen. Young Pharaoh's fallen so far. I remember when Pharaoh used to talk so much sense. Young Pharaoh, I don't care for the rush for the what's his name, Rashad Jamal. I don't care for him, but young Pharaoh used to have so much information. Then he switched. Then there was I'm not even gonna say polite. I need to take a look at his body cam when they got him at the hotel, when he what he did to that young lady. So you know, some of them can be predators and all that. Yeah, young Pharaoh's cooked. He's been cooked for a long time. He is gone in the head. He's high on craziness. He doesn't even talk sense. He's just normal like everybody else. That's how I see him now. Um, Dr. Umar, I can't stand him at all. I can't stand Dr. Umar. Sometimes when Remy's talking about him, I'll be like, when I see it, and I jump into the chat, and then there's another one called I forgot his name. When he talks about Umar, I'll be like, oh, like, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that that you have to be perfect or whatever, but you're saying that how you're gonna school these people. Fair enough. The school system is not good for most children, yes, but then you're saying that you're this person, and then later on they come to find out you're nothing like that. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not, like I said, once again, I'm not saying I'm perfect by a long shot, but even when you're being around a conscious community, I was around them for a very long time, for a very long time. I've literally only just started trying to unplug from them a little bit, but I still just be on like tippy toe, like my toe. I be toe in and toe out. That's how I am with them. I don't go to their stuff. The last time I went a Kwanzaa event was 2 years ago, you can say, right? And it was good, but it's the same faces you're seeing in all the events. And that's the only problem I have with it. The problem that how everybody's got a massive ego. The ones who hasn't got a name don't get seen, don't get heard. At one time when I was really active, I was running something, and they wasn't backing me. So you know, Uma has black mo pouring off the roof of that place. I'm not surprised. It's a complete biohazard. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Honestly, Leonard, I'm not surprised. Because I remember when Umar was big, when he still comes over to England and gets their money. He poached their money over here. They don't want to know what he's doing. They rather be blind to what he's doing and just entertain him. I'm like, why are you entertaining him? It doesn't make no sense. Like, you know what I mean? He's just like any other man who's out there. There's like, just because he has a couple titles behind him doesn't make him anything. He's just a normal fool. He's just a normal fool. Like he's just I don't know. He is a scammer. It's clear he's a scammer. Very clear. who he is. So I understand why the UK entertain him. I really don't. But it's them in it. I'm not around him to be around him anyway, because I think I'll be asking him questions too. When the lady asked him about his fathering and how he don't see his children, he started to belittle her. And some people agreed with that. I mean, how can you agree with that when you're saying in a conscious community that how the woman, not the woman is God, but how she is whatever, and then you're there making him belittle her in front of how many people? It just doesn't make no sense to me, and it will never make sense to me. But the next generation coming up, hopefully, the conscious people will change that, because they seem like they have more fire in their belly than most of the ones in the 90s. The ones in the 90s over here, particularly, I was watching a documentary the other day, and I was watching how they had the fire in their belly. They was up against everything, right? You know what I mean? Racism and all sorts of stuff. This is the Windrush community. They was up against a lot of stuff, and then now it's different. It's not like before. Like, there is some people who still is on that, but there's some people who's not. Like, you know what I mean? So, I just be like, but yeah, but I'm gonna come off, and if I see anything else, I will bring it to the thing. I'm trying to find a way to do my thing on Dark Waters at Osunyemi, because I can't go live over there until my subs go up, so I can do it like this over there. So um I have ocean raising, but um I like making videos over there. It's different vibe over that side. So I'm just like, yeah, but those women yes, they look nice on the outside, yes. But when if you really listen to how they talk rubbish. They talk rubbish, right? I mean, like, I don't watch people like Cyanetta. I only saw Cyanetta pop up on one of my feeds just the other day. And I was like, "Bro, I didn't even know that I was subbed to him somewhere else." So, I mean, it's interesting. Even Fundi was doing a breakdown on the thing they was doing on polygamy, and she broke it down very well to me, right? She put it in a different way, because like the lady on his panel was looking down on women who were single and all this thing, and I was like, it's just crazy. It's the unconscious community. They are not conscious. Some of them, sorry, I would say some of them are the unconscious community. The ones who is conscious, and the ones who's not. The ones who does, they can leave the conscious community and they still be doing the principles and moralities or what they stand for. Right? It's just that they're not part of it. They're not in the events. They're not every year doing all the same things. So yeah, them girl look like they will give you. Oh, yeah, trust you to say that. But yeah, exactly. But as not is just there as a baby making machine for Adi Hene. There was rumor that she was pregnant. Her child got taken away when she reached in England. Um, I don't know where to start again. Maybe I might have to refresh a couple memories of who these women are, because um yeah, you know what I'm saying? She came over here with her babies, her baby, and because Jean Gashaw lost her children, because she lost her children. I think I can't remember how old the youngest one is. She lost her children to the system, and so the baby was with them for a little while, which was Asnot's daughter, and then her daughter got taken to the system. So you know then it was like she was here for baby making purposes and to be a servant to the King Nandi and Adihene. So um yeah, they're very low vibrational. To this day, the people who they affected on TikTok is still talking about them because of how they affected them, calling them Edomites and all this stuff. I mean, it's bad enough when you are getting called racist and stuff like that. Um I just feel that how she didn't need to call them Edomites and all this stuff, which is just made up names, because like she had white followers inside of the Kabbalah anyway. There was two couple white people who was part of the kingdom of Kabbalah. So I don't understand why she would go to that level. You know what I mean? It doesn't make no sense. There's even a white woman bringing them food, a white woman who was standing up against the people in in that area for her. So it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make no sense to me whatsoever. Like, you know what I mean? So but Adi Henne is supposed to be deported. He's supposed to be in Ghana right now. King Nuts is supposed to be in Ghana right now. So I don't know whether he is coming back or not. They have had a phone call from him before. I put it up on a video. Um, he still communicates with them, which is just the same thing with what Nature Boy is doing to the to the two idiots or three idiots right now. So it's nothing new. This cult thing is nothing new. It's only that I calm down on the cult thing because like you can really go in deep on it. You can go to a whole nother place. And sometimes right, there's other things going on in the world that you got to focus on. So that's why I focus on a couple YouTubers or whatever. And the thing. So in cults, the first thing they do, right, they recruit youngsters, they recruit young women, they recruit young men. We've seen it in carbonation. Um, Obviously, Jean Gashaw probably was not able to make a baby or whatever the case may be. I don't know. You know, what I mean, she could have that problem. Who knows? And this girl is here to make the baby. So, um, a couple people looked up slavery over here to see how they can get her back to America. She's obviously given up her freedom to live with this woman, right? Because like the woman went and found where she was. So um you know, it goes on. So to me, um life is already crazy already. I mean, why add to your craziness? Right? Her sons, Jean Gashaw has lovely, handsome sons, but she keeps putting them on display on social media for what? She makes them say stupid things for what? Like, you know what I mean? When your children catch on to the rubbish what you're doing and the BS you're doing, it's your same children. It can go one or two ways. They will either turn their back on you or they will tell you about yourself. That's how the children and stay, right? So the fact that she has them, how she has them, her daughter, I haven't heard of where her daughter is. Her daughter totally disappeared after she made that video. What her daughter made, her daughter disappeared, right? So I think Asnot is in place of her daughter, right? Because only Asnot will put up with whatever she's doing. Because Asnot goes on like she's brainwashed. Maybe she is brainwashed. Who knows? But it's crazy. It's a crazy thing what's going on with them two. But you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna stay on here long. Please tell me in the comments what you think of this live. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the thumbnail. But anyways, but you know, it's a lot. So there's that. So what I covered today is the Kingdom of Kabbalah and that young lady who's in Jamaica in jail at prison right now for 6 years in Jamaica. Um, I probably have to put the video up, but like if I don't, I don't. But you know what I mean. But um, yeah, yeah, that's super crazy. Yeah, it's super crazy. It's totally crazy. It's totally total madness. It's total madness. It just makes no sense, right? So the basis of all of this is that how right I think Jean Gashaw is getting off on this because they're still online. She's on Facebook. She's on TikTok still. I think she's writing blogs still, right? But the way she's doing the vlogs, it doesn't make sense. I think I tapped on one of the vlogs that she did, and I'm just like, it's just crazy. People just clowned him on Facebook. It just doesn't make no sense. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Just go off quietly. But maybe it's a good thing that how right, we can see them. I don't know. For those who do all the extras and whatever they do, but I'm not gonna do the extra. But You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let me come off before I start babbling again. Anyway, thank you, Leonard, for coming through, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.